Hello, and welcome to Fisher Owners Quick Tips. Ideas from fisher owners of things they really couldn't do without. So we'll begin with Derek and his piece of rope.
To this session, I think if you look at a piece of kit in terms of its cost and its usefulness and that value, on Darkwing I would say this probably comes out tops. It's a 4 metres or 12 feet in your old money if you want, piece of double braid rope, which those of you who can remember and were there at Arnbridge in 2016 at the AGM, I demonstrated how to put an eye splice into the end of a piece of double braid rope. This is actually the piece I used to demonstrate. When I got home, I put an eye splice in the other end of the piece of rope, and it's been the most useful piece of rope I've had on Tarquin ever since, because I use it for all sorts of things, and because it's a short piece and a known length, I know exactly what it's going to do, rather than having a long piece of rope, having to get it out of the locker and sort of work out how long it is. The usual thing I use it for is when I'm anchoring. This isn't my anchor chain, it's just a little bit of chain, so I usually use much thicker sort of anchor. But you can easily put a loop into the end of this because it's already got a loop in it. You can put that through like that round the chain. You pull that tight like that. When we get there, you pull that tight like that. Very easily, that will hold that piece of chain, and when you put it on an anchor, that's not going anywhere. And that's really, really quick. And it's not one of these fancy hooks that you hook in or anything else. It's just that loop put round there and just taken up tight, and that has never ever slipped. And the thing is that once I've done that, I know exactly how long this is. So I can put that over the bow roller. The other end here goes over the king post, and it sits at the right position off the end of the boat. And I don't even have to think about how I'm going to set it up. You can also use it, I also use it when I'm mooring up to a mooring buoy. You know they have those awful loops of rope that you hook up with your boat hook, and they're all covered in weed and mud, and I don't want to bring that on board and put it over my king post and get all the mud and weed all over the boat. It makes a mess. So actually, if you hook that loop up, and you pop this just through it like that, the length is just sufficient to pop the two eyes over the king post. This just goes over the bow roller and hooks and is holding the rope from the mooring buoy. So I don't have to think about what length to set up. I just use that straight. Put it once you pick up the mooring buoy, put that through over the king post, and we're moored. And the other time, of course, I always use it when I'm coming alongside on a pontoon. With a northeaster, it's sort of quite easy. I can set up a big loop in the end of here quite easily by using a bowline, by putting that through like that. I know if you know what a bowline is, I'm sure you do know what a bowline is. You can make a bowline with a small eye in the end of the rope. So there we have a nice big loop. And I happen to know that if I put that eye over my cleat or over the winch that I have alongside of the boat, and if I put this that's sort of a midships. Using a boat hook, as I come alongside, I can drop that, the big loop, over a cleat, and then drive forward very slowly with the wheel turned to come away from the pontoon, and that will just hold the boat absolutely steady there. And of course, I know exactly how long that is and where it's going to stop me, because it's a known length piece of rope. I haven't found any other uses yet, but I'm sure there are. So there you are, that was just my simple little contribution.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a like.